Welcome to KSM Adventures of an Arcane Mage here on Lord PD TV Plays. In this video series, we will be following PD as he tries to learn how to play Arcane Mage while getting Keystone Master. See all of our restrictive rules on Discord. Please note that throughout the video, non-boss combat is double speed, and if you have any questions or comments, please place them below. Please hit that follow button to see more content from Lord PDTV throughout the week. So this week when I was trying to put together groups, it was not as hard as the previous weeks. The only thing was that I had these three really nice people that ended up wanting to run more than one run together. So what ended up happening was the first three runs I ended up doing with these other people. That made the start of this week not too bad, and I enjoyed it. They were nice. We changed some battle nets, and we'll probably end up playing together again later. But all in all, I think that the one thing I noticed was that, it was easier to get a group. I put the queue up and the people in the queue were somewhat close to my numbers. They might have been off a little bit here and there, but all in all, we really were able to get a decent group in the parameters that we were looking for. Now, right before this pull started, I had Rumble yell at me and say, "Hey Pete, you need to do X, Y, and Z." So I ended up trying to do that, and I ended up pretty much evocating, arcane sparking, arcane surging, tempest, and all those things, and popped as many cooldowns as possible. And you can see that my damage really spiked really heavy in the beginning here. And then after that, I tried to maintain the damage by trying to do it again. And I was able to do a pretty decent amount of damage when this boss first started. And then after that, we had to go into the ad portion of things. So we had to stun things and move around. So I really tried to kind of work with that with as much as possible to kind of get myself kind of used to it. But you can see that my damage eventually drops because, well, that's just how it goes. It goes up and down. But it seems like it was a great way to work with that damage. And it's something that I tried to start that process in my head every pull I had. And if I didn't have one thing, I would just ignore it. I would go to the next thing just to kind of move along and figure it out. And I tried to use a lot of more arcane orbs throughout most of the trash and the bosses as I went through. And this guy goes down, but so do I, because I don't know how to move out of things, as you can see. So as I feel like a craphead, I end up taking him down, and we end up going to the next boss. I'm such a scrub. Just a reminder, Lord PeteyTV can be used at Rogue Energy Drinks to have a discount to support the channel. Links in the description.
Lightning got me. What's up, nerdy? How's it going? Not too bad. It's a third group for the Mage. We're in 8 holes of Infusion right now. It's been intense, to say the least. Run away. How are you doing? How have you been feeling? How's the head? I still can't believe that they said that it's going to be a while with you having the concussion.
I felt super useful for this boss because of Frost Nova, and I know I shouldn't have ended up thinking of that as much as I did, but we ended up going into this boss, we end up pulling him, we end up doing our stuff, we end up trying to get as much damage as possible, and then we just work with it, and he seems to take a decent amount of damage from me. I do get a nice little burst of damage from this, and then I end up trying to, mostly just use the frogs as a resource gainer. I then end up, Frost Nova in the Frost place and kind of going from there. But as you can see, my damage is still pretty low. And it's kind of sad for me, and I'm really starting to worry what I'm doing wrong, because the first boss I really was able to use my cooldowns pretty nicely. This one not so much, but I think it's because I ended up forgetting, now that I'm like looking at my add-ons and everything, that I didn't use my cooldowns fast enough and soon enough on the fall. It's crazy because like I know what I'm supposed to do for everything, but my damage is just like nowhere near where it should be. Because I know I'm doing so much stuff wrong.
Oh, I'm stunned. Next week I have a video game convention to go to on Saturday. I'm going by myself.
Have you seen Lord PeteyTV wearing these amazing gamer glasses? These glasses are from Sub2R. If you go to the description and you click on their link, and if you want to purchase them, use Lord PeteyTV at checkout for 10% off. There was so many problems with this boss, I can't even tell you. I will say this, I ended up doing some decent amount of damage early, but that is because I ended up being able to do the rotation like I was talking to Rumble about. We ended up, doing whatever we could do. Unfortunately, because of circumstances within the group, I died and other people died in this group very, very early, and then we ended up having the tank and the shaman do a lot of, healing on their DPS on their own, I should say, and then they ended up, being able to take it down, thankfully. But this fight was very hard to sit and watch from the sidelines for most of it. But yeah, this was an overall group error fight for us this time around.
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Run away.
1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah.
Looking to support the channel? Go to teespring.com, click on the link in the description, and go ahead and take a look at that really, really nice merchandise. Pick it up to help support the channel.
This is the worst. This place is the worst. Man.
What can I say about this boss? It is a crazy boss fight. We end up, double lusting. We end up using our cooldowns. We end up going crazy, trying to do as much damage as we can as possible. And then the next thing you know, he's disappeared. And then we got to run back and forth. So I kind of took time to work on doing pretty decent damage. As you can see, we're pretty high on the meters now, and then we decrease very slowly over time. And then we're pretty much fighting the tank for DPS. And then eventually we're going to get knocked back with our orbs, and then we're going to go and we're going to have to run back. And the run back process, even though it is annoying, we ended up getting through it, and I actually lived from what I can recall, most of this fight. And we ended up, getting it down. It was pretty nice. It was a great 8 to finish, for these 3 dungeons with this group of people. Working by myself.
Run away. Run away.
Radiant Spark. Surge. Woo! I just want to say thanks again, everybody, for checking out our videos, and we're going to be putting out as many of them throughout the whole entire week. At least 4 dungeons are going to be mages. I should say 4 videos are going to be of the mage each week, and then we'll have, you know, our regular affix videos, and we're going to have other videos too every single week. So thank you very much for hanging out. I greatly appreciate you all for spending the time here, and I will see you all soon. Thank you, and I hope to see you all soon in chat. Bye, everybody.